Greetings and vanakkam. I am a volunteer with the SasthaTamilFoundation's Youth Leadership Club. My peers and I are helping with the COVIDhya Dhanam fundraiser this year. My name is Abhirami Ilangovan, and along with me, Ajay Venkat, Vaishali Satyachalam, and Nandini Ilangovan will be sharing their thoughts with you as well. We are fundraising for the children of daily wagers who are studying at the Ramakrishna Vidya Niketan School, subsidized and run by Udhavam Karangal. Since many of the children's parents don't have an income due to COVID, the founder of the school, Papa Vidyakar, is proposing free education for these children in order to keep them in school and away from child labor. This is only possible with the support of well-wishers like you. Udhavam Karangal School needs your financial support to continue providing education to these 1,900 children. It only costs $100 to support one child's education for a whole year. Now, let's see charity appeal videos from our very own STF youth leaders.
Hi, my name is Shankar. I'm an STF Youth Leadership Club member and a volunteer at SasthaTamilFoundation in Plano Tamil School. This year's STF's 10th annual fundraising event, and we are fundraising to support kids like me. Udhavam Karangal has identified 1,900 children. Due to the COVID situation, parents have lost their jobs and cannot provide for their child's education. I'm only asking for $100 to provide for an annual education for one child. What am I going to do? I'm going to cut out my eat-out plans for today and support this cause. What can you do? Visit paypal.me/SasthaTamil and donate today. Thank you.
வணக்கம், என் பெயர் அர்ஜுன் ஞானவேல். நான் சாஸ்தா தமிழ் ஃபவுண்டேஷனோட STF யூத் கிளப்ல மெம்பரா இருக்கேன். STF நடத்துகிற 10th annual fundraiser eventக்கு நான் டொனேஷன் கேட்டு வந்திருக்கேன். இந்த கோவிட் கிரைசிஸ்ல நிறைய பேர் அவங்களோட வேலையை லூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அவங்களோட குழந்தைங்க எஜுகேஷன் கண்டினியூ பண்ண முடியாம ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. அவங்கள எல்லாம் படிக்க வைக்க உதவும் கரங்கள் பள்ளி ரெடியா இருக்கு. ஆனா கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஃபண்ட்ஸ் தேவை. ஒரு குழந்தை 1 year ஃபுல்லா படிக்க வைக்க $100 இருந்தா போதும். ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் உங்களால முடிஞ்ச அளவு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுங்க. நான் என்னோட சேவிங்ஸ்ல இருந்து $100 டொனேட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஸோ ஒரு சைல்டு என்னோட டொனேஷன்ல படிக்க போறாங்கன்னு நினைச்சா எனக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. நீங்களும் முடிஞ்ச அளவு டொனேட் பண்ணி இந்த underprivileged குழந்தைங்க வாழ்க்கையில மாற்றம் கொண்டு வாங்க. நன்றி.
Now that you've watched the appeal of my peers, I would like to share a few words about a testimonial from Mrs. Karpagam. கற்பகமுக்கு 3 பெண் குழந்தைகள் இருக்காங்க. தினமும் வேலை இல்லாம சாப்பாடுக்கு கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. She suffers on a daily basis to feed her 3 girls. இந்த குழந்தைகளை எப்படி படிக்க வைக்கிறது என்று கலங்கினாங்க. இதுக்காக பசங்களை வேலைக்கு அனுப்பலாம் என்றும் முடிவு செஞ்சாங்க. அப்போதாங்க உதவம் கரங்கள்ல இருந்து பப்பா வித்யாகர் ஃபோன் பண்ணி, உங்களோட குழந்தைகளை அனுப்பினால் மட்டும் போதும், ஃபீஸ் இல்லாம படிக்க வைப்போம் என்று சொன்னாங்க. இது மட்டும் இல்லைங்க, உதவம் கரங்களின் பள்ளியில் இந்த குழந்தைகளுக்கு இலவசமாக மதியம் உணவும் கொடுக்கறாங்க. இந்த குடும்பம் மாதிரி நிறைய குடும்பங்கள் 5 மாதங்களுக்கு தினமும் ஒருவேளை சாப்பாடுக்கே கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. ஒரு குழந்தை பள்ளிக்கு அனுப்ப $100 போதும். இந்த வருடம் 1900 குழந்தைகளுக்கு உதவி தேவைப்படுகிறது.
வணக்கம், என்னுடைய பேர் ராமச்சந்திரன். நான் டிரைவர் வேலை செய்கிறேன். என்னுடைய மனைவி பேர் தேவி காமாட்சி. என் பொண்ணு துர்க சிவானி பாண்டா படிக்க போகிறா. இப்போது இந்த உதவங்கிற ஸ்கூலில் பாண்டாவது படிக்க போகிறா. அதனால் ஸ்கூலை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இந்த ஸ்கூல் எவ்வளவோ நிறைய பேர் குடும்பத்துக்கு நல்லது பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. நிறைய ஸ்கூலில் ஃபீஸு கட்டுன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க, ஃபுல்லாக கட்டிடுங்கன்றாங்க. ஆனால் உதவங்கிற ஸ்கூல் அப்படி கிடையாது. அந்த ஸ்கூலில் படிக்கிற ஒரு மாணவருக்கும் அந்த ஸ்கூல் இப்போ நிர்வாகம் பண்ணுற உதவி யாராலையும் பண்ண முடியாத ஒரு உதவி.
வணக்கம், என் பேர் ராஜி. எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கார் பேர் செல்வகுமார். எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கார் தனியார் கம்பெனியில் வேலை பார்க்குறாங்க. வாட்ச்மேன் வேலையில் இருக்காங்க. 5 மாதமாக அவங்களுக்கு வேலையே இல்லை, சம்பளமும் இல்லை. ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருந்தது.
என் பேர் கற்பகம். எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கார் பேர் ராஜு. ஆனால் அவர் இப்போ இல்லை. இறந்துட்டாரு. அவர் இறந்ததுக்கப்புறம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டேன். பசங்களை வச்சுட்டு எப்படி படிக்க வைக்கிறதுன்னு தெரியல. ஆனால் அவர் இருக்கும்போதே இந்த ஸ்கூலில் தான் சேர்த்து விட்டாங்க. ஆனால் இந்த ஸ்கூலில் சேர்த்ததுனால எனக்கு ரொம்ப நல்லது தான் பண்ணாங்களே தவிர கஷ்டத்தில் உதவுனாங்க. இப்போ வரைக்கும் ஸ்கூலில் தான் எனக்கு உதவி பண்ணுறாங்க. பசங்களை படிக்க வைக்கிறதுக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு ஹெல்ப்னா கூட பப்பா செய்கிறாங்க எங்களுக்கு. இப்போ அந்த கொரோனா டைமில் பசங்களுக்கு வந்து சாப்பாட்டுக்கே வழி இல்லாமல் நான் ரொம்ப கஷ்டத்தில் இருந்தேன். அப்போது ஸ்கூல்லேருந்து ஃபோன் பண்ணாங்க, இந்த மாதிரி அரிசி பருப்புலாம் தரோம், வந்து வாங்கிக்கிங்க, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கு தரோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. ஃபீஸ் இல்லாமல் தான் இப்போ என் பசங்களை எப்படி ஃபீஸ் கட்டுறதுன்னு தெரியாதப்போ நான் முடிச்சுட்டு இருந்த டைமில் பாப்பா ஃபோன் பண்ணி நீங்கள் பசங்களை ஸ்கூலுக்கு அனுப்புனா மட்டும் போதும், ஃபீஸ்லாம் கட்ட வேண்டாம், ஃப்ரீயாக பண்ணலாம், ஃப்ரீயாக படிக்க வைக்கிறோம் நாங்கள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க.
வணக்கம், என் பேர் ஆனந்தி. எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கார பேர் பழனிங்க. எனக்கு 2 பொண்ணு இருக்காங்க. அந்த 2 பொண்ணும் உதவுக்காரங்க ஸ்கூலில் படிக்கிறாங்க. நாங்கள் 5 மாதமாக ஆட்டோ டிரைவர் எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரு. ஆனால் 5 மாதமாக வேலை இல்லாமல் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டுன்னு இருந்தோம். அந்த நேரத்தில் உதவுக்காரங்க ஸ்கூல்லேருந்து தான் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஃபோன் வந்தது. நீங்கள் வந்து எங்களுக்கு கிட்டு வாங்கி உதவுக்கார மளிகை சாம பொருள் வந்து வாங்கிட்டுங்க சொல்லிட்டு சொன்னாங்க. அது வந்து எங்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப அந்த நேரத்தில் வந்து ரொம்ப 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 சந்தோஷமாக இருந்தது. அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் 3 மாதம் கழிச்சு ஸ்கூல் வந்து எப்படி வந்து திறக்க போகிறோம், ஃபீஸ் கட்ட போகிறோம் என்ற ஒரு எப்படி சொல்கிறதுனே தெரியல. அந்த அளவுக்கு நாங்கள் ஃபீலிங்காக ஃபீஸ் எப்படி கட்டுறதுன்னு தெரியல. இந்த ஊரே கொரோனால இதுவாக அடிமைப்பட்ட மாதிரி லாக்டவுனில் இருக்க சொல்ல நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னு ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டுருந்தோம். அப்போ ஸ்கூல்லேருந்து ஒரு ஃபோன் வந்தது, ஃபீஸே வேணாங்க, உங்கள் பசங்களை அமுச்சு விடுங்கன்னு கேட்க சொல்ல இன்னும் வந்து அது எங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த சந்தோஷத்துக்கு வந்து எங்களுக்கு எல்லையே இல்லை.
வணக்கம் சார். 2 மாசமா வீட்டில் வேலை இல்லை, சாப்பாட்டுக்கு எதுவும் இல்லை. குழந்தை இங்கே தான் படிக்கிறா, யூகேஜி செக்ஷன் படிக்கிறா. சாப்பாட்டு கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. இதனால எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப உதவியா இருந்தது. குழந்தைங்களையும் வச்சுட்டு பார்க்கறதுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். வீட்டுக்கார் 2 மாசமா வேலைக்கு போகாம வீட்டில் தான் இருக்காரு. ஸ்கூல்ல ஃபீஸும் கூட கம்மி பண்றேன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ரொம்ப நன்றி சார்.
Vanakkam. I would like to share a few words regarding a testimonial received from Mr. Ramachandran, an underprivileged daily wage worker, father of Durga Shivani. உங்களுக்கு ஏற்கனவே தெரியும், தமிழ்நாட்டின் பள்ளியில் எப்போதுமே கேட்கிற ஒரே வார்த்தை ஃபீஸ் ஃபீஸ் ஃபீஸ். சாப்பாட்டுக்கே பணம் இல்லை என்று ராமச்சந்திரன் ஐயா சொல்றாங்க. ஏனென்றால் கோவிட் காரணத்தால் அவருக்கு சில மாதங்கள் ஆகவே வேலை வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. இந்த ஆண்டு குழந்தைகள் தொடர்ந்து பள்ளியில் படிக்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப அவசியம். காரணம், இந்த வருஷம் பள்ளிக்கு போகலைனா பெற்றோர்கள் கூலி வேலைக்கு இந்த குழந்தைகளை கூட்டிட்டு போவதை தவிர வேற வழி இல்லை என்று சொல்றாங்க. Yes, we are trying to stop child labor. ஒரு குழந்தையின் கல்விக்கு $100 கொடுத்தால் போதும். இந்த பணம் ஸ்கூல் ஃபீஸ், மதிய உணவு மற்றும் ஆசிரியர்களின் சம்பளத்துக்கு உபயோகப்படுத்துவாங்க. You witnessed Papa Vidyakar's appeal for your support. We are happy and extremely grateful to announce that with the support of many well-wishers like you, Udhum Karangal of USA, along with the Houston chapter and our very own SasthaTamilFoundation, have collectively raised $105,000 to support 1,050 children. What does that mean? Well, we still need your support to fund the education of the remaining 850 students.
Your support will help break the cycle of poverty and allow the children to continue their education without being pushed into the extremes of child labor. By donating just $500, you would be sponsoring 5 children's education for one entire year. Yes, it only costs $100 to provide 1 year of valuable education for these children. எங்களுக்கு உங்களுடைய உதவி அவசியம் தேவை. இன்னும் 800 குழந்தைகளுக்கு நிதி திரட்டணும்.
அதுக்கு நீங்க உதவி செய்வீங்களா? Can we count on you for your support? We still need to support 850 children. We are still short $85,000. Your support to keep these children in school to prevent child labor is much appreciated. Once again, we request your help to foster a promising future for the remaining 850 students by donating generously to support their education. You can make payments via Zelle to SasthaTamilFoundation at gmail.com or through PayPal at paypal.me/SasthaTamil. Thank you for your contribution to supporting the remaining 850 children. Nandri Vanakkam.
Vanakkam. Envision, enable, empower. These three words are what drives this program. 3eGenZ is a program where kids like us strive to become a better human being in society. The courses in this program introduce you to improving yourself as well as improving the world around you. Some of the sessions this program offers are team building, leadership, effective communication, financial management, and many more. This program has also impacted several kids. This program has also impacted me personally. Whenever I got called up to the front of the room to present my presentation or give a speech, I would be super nervous and unconfident in myself. I would get the butterflies in my stomach and my face would burn in fear. When I started to present, my shoulders would be drooping, my head looking low at the ground, and my voice was so low that not even the far side of the room could hear it. This also made the audience not as captivated in my presentation as I would have liked them to be. But soon after I entered 3eGenZ, I started learning about a lot of ways to fix my problem. My solutions came to me through their effective communication session. In this session, they taught me multiple ways to change the way I presented. Humans use 93% of communication non-verbally and 7% verbally. This has taught me to use more hand gestures which can captivate the audience. Throughout the sessions, I developed a better posture, a better way to use hand gestures, and finally more confidence in myself. The next time I was called to present, the butterflies were gone and my confidence levels were higher than I ever expected. When I started presenting, my shoulders weren't sagging anymore. My head was held high and my voice echoed across the walls. I have given speeches to over 400 people before, and it went really well thanks to 3eGenZ. On behalf of STF Youth Leadership Club, I am very honored to welcome the 3eGenZ mentors. I now invite my father, Mr. Arun Kumar, to talk more about 3eGenZ.
Thank you, Shavan. Such a warm introduction. I cannot ask for more. We really appreciate it. And of course, I love the energy that the STF Youth Leadership Club has brought to this evening's events. Very infectious, guys. Keep it up. We love it. And we really appreciate it as well. Parents and kids, thank you so much for spending your well-planned afternoon on a weekend with us today. Really, really appreciate that. We are excited to talk to you about it, and I'm sure you will get some great value out of it as well. Right? I would like to start this session quickly with a set of questions to just kindle your thought process a little bit more. First question, right? How do you really unleash a child's potential, which is just unbelievably large? How do you really discover the leader or the entrepreneur in your child? It's a very difficult thing to bring out, but it's already there. All you need to do is enable it. How do you do that? How do you really engage a mentor or a coach in your child's life so that they can accelerate their growth cycle very quickly? And of course, how do you really enable the management of stress and time, the ability of management of stress and time in your child? It is a very big deal today, unfortunately, because of social requirements and school requirements and everything else. Right? If the answer is yes to any of the four questions that I asked you, I'm really sure this hour will be very, very valuable for you. And of course, I have an interesting opportunity for you, and I will talk about it in a little bit in the next slide. Next. As an organization, a 3eGenZ was founded back in 2014 And the only goal was to create well-rounded individuals that can serve this world. It might sound like a tall order, but it was a very simple, basic thing that was our driving force, which is to make everybody, all our kids, to be more professional, professionals with more professional success and personal success in life. And then, of course, our vision was very simple: envision, enable, and empower our youth to become next generation leaders, social entrepreneurs, social ambassadors, entrepreneurs as well. It's been a wonderful journey for the past 6, 7 years, and we've actually helped over 800 kids and impacted their lives. Other than the regular 3Gen Z program that we do, we have conducted many programs for colleges. In India, for example, we have done a lot of remote sessions, which has helped quite a bit of kids to learn about different uh, concepts, if you will. And we have also done sessions on our Sunday school, things like that. So hundreds of kids have benefited out of that just from the Sunday school alone. And of course, what is 3Gen Z all about? It's a very, very unique program that actually is a combination of skill development, coaching or mentorship, and how do we really tap into every single possible option to make a child's life easier and more fruitful. And one thing, of course, this is something which is a conversation topic that I've always had with my friends and social circle. Every single party, if there are kids around running around, I've had that conversation. I'm sure many of you have had it as well. What if I had an opportunity to be an effective communicator and learn something when I was 12 years old? I would have been somewhere today. Of course, that is the exact same question we all had as mentors. And guess what? We wanted to solve it and we wanted to create something that will enable that in our children. And that is the precise reason why we really started this program. This program is actually really built on many pillars. Some of them, for example, reading, practicing gratitude, giving back to the community, leadership, money management, and many more. And while doing all of this, the advantage that we have is we have coaches or mentors that work with kids to make that happen. It's not just a concept that they learn, but we drive it to a result as well. And that is something that we really especially wanted to do in this program. Remember, I was talking to you about an opportunity that's waiting for you. If you can click, please. Amotia, can you click? The previous one, please. So if you please do note down the URL in the bottom there, 3genz.com/offers/HTML. And of course, the first 5 that's going to sign up for will receive a 30-minute one-on-one free session from one of our mentors for you to learn all about 3Gen Z and what this program offers. If this 1 hour doesn't convince you, of course. We're hoping that it'll be very valuable for you. Having said all that, I would like to take a few moments to talk about the next topic that's coming in, goal setting. It might look like a massive, massive requirement, goal setting. What is this? And what is it to do with kids? It's a very valuable conversation point. And that's where I would like to bring in our colleague and mentor, Sai Lakshmi Santana Krishnan, to be talking to you all about what is leadership. Over to you, Sai.
Thank you, Arun. And thank you, Shravan, for a great introduction to 3eGenZ. It was wonderful. Welcome all. So this is a great topic and it's a critical topic. Why do you think it's a critical topic? From a perspective of, why is goal setting important? Why do we start every year trying to define personal and professional goals? It's all because as humans, we love to accomplish. We like to drive ourselves to success. So to do this, the goal setting is a tool or a mechanism that helps you to kind of drive your own success and your own accomplishment. And how do you do that is what we cover in our 3GenZ program. And it's very interesting to note that based on research, that only 8% of the people who actually set goals accomplish that. So what is that these people do well that is enabling their success. One, they start with their end accomplishments in mind. Their goals are very specific and time bound. They use tried and proven methodology like SMART to set their goals and move towards their goals in accomplishing them in small bits and pieces. They can envision their path leading their journey to accomplishing their goals. They build the support system that act as their backbone and promote them in attaining those goals. And this is where things like networking come into play, knowing the right person coming to play. It is about asking for help. So it's good to have that kind of support system and know people who can actually enable you along that journey. They understand personal needs and are committed to those goals. Not only that, they recognize that they have distractions and are open and willing to readjust their plan to accommodate those distractions and move forward. So how are all these facts being incorporated and emphasized as part of 3Gen's program's offering? One, we help our kids develop their vision of success. We walk along with our kids as accountability partners. We support them, we allow the networking, we open up doors for them to enable their success. We enable the kids to identify their strength, unleash their true potential. We help them to compete with them, not against somebody else, but with them, so they can be the best of themselves. And as we speak about this, I would love to bring our 3GenZ ambassadors who have been a part of a program for a long time, Diya Raman and Kapilan Vishwanathan, to present their story of how they set goals and how did they accomplish it. It is important to know that no goal is small or big, as long as it allows you to drive your own success. Welcoming Kapilan Vishwanathan to say his story of success.
Thank you, Auntie. That was very good. So from the 3GenZ program, throughout high school when I took it, I learned a lot of very useful things. But the biggest thing I took away from the program was what a SMART goal is and how I incorporated that. During my junior and senior years of high school, I had a big need to improve my SAT score. And over the course of 2 months during the summer of junior and senior year, I was able to raise it by about 200 points using the SMART goal techniques. What it did for me, basically, it gave me a clear vision and created a step-by-step plan on what I would need to achieve my big picture goal. Even today, now when I'm studying for the MCAT, even though it's a bigger, longer period of time that I have to implement this process, I still go week by week, seeing where my weaknesses are and seeing what I can improve to achieve the big picture goal in the end. The 3GenZ program also taught me a lot of useful skills that I just wouldn't have learned in school. Things such as time management, money management, public speaking. As you can see, I'm still working on it, but I'm improving. Public speaking and just things I wouldn't have learned in school. Finally, one of the greatest things that I got from the program was mentorship. And I just want to thank my mentor, Arun Fast, for everything he's done for me. But what it did for me was specifically, it helped me achieve my goals, talk about any problems I have, or even find like new ways I can incorporate new methods into achieving my goals. After this, I'd like to thank all the mentors that helped me throughout the program, and I'd like to pass it on to Diya.
Thank you, Kapilan. Hi, my name is Diya Raman, and I'd like to talk to you about the goal setting aspect of 3GenZ and more of how it positively impacted my life. So prior to joining 3GenZ, I wouldn't say I had as much motivation as I did now to set goals and complete something without any schedule. However, after joining, I was taught that the goal setting aspect should be done step by step, and that is what will help you motivate to yourself to get out of your comfort zone and actually pursue what it is that you want to achieve. And that's by breaking one huge goal into smaller, more conquerable goals. So I'll bring in one example of the goals that I've set, which really impacted my productivity. And this was in one of my high school classes I took called ISM. So in this class, we were to research a career field that we were interested in and obtain a professional in that field to be our mentor, where we would then work on the two main projects called the original work and the final product. The whole process of first researching the field to then scouting out for a mentor and lastly completing those two projects proved to be quite tedious without a goal. The only way we could be successful in this class would be through effective planning and goal setting. So every week I would make a note of what it is I would want to accomplish, how long it would take, and later analyze if I'd actually met those goals. This not only helped me to get through this class, but it also prepared me for anything I may see in the future in the professional world, such as in an internship or a job. And with the help of my mentor, I was even able to get the opportunity to be a mentee at the ACE, which stands for Architecture, Construction, and Engineering Mentorship Program. I got a lot out of 3eGenZ that I apply in my daily life to this day, not only with goal setting, but also leadership, professionalism, and so much more. So I encourage you all to join 3eGenZ so you can have a similar, if not greater, impact in your life. Now I'd like to transition back to our uncle. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dia. That's wonderful. Really appreciate you sharing your wonderful experience there. And thank you for the vote that 3eGenZ still works, and it's definitely helping you. Parents and kids, I know you're listening out there. If you have any questions, I'm sure there is a lot of questions that are coming up as to how are you able to make this happen? How does the mentors work with the kids? Things like that. If you have any questions that you wanted to be answered, please feel free to put it on the YouTube chat, and we'll be able to pick it up and give you the answers at the end of the session. We have about 5 minutes set aside just for questions and answers. So we are more than welcome to add any questions into the YouTube chat. Having said that, the next one, of course, is leadership. And leadership is a very important trait. And whenever we think about leadership, we always talk about big guys, wonderful achievers becoming leaders. No, people like you and me have become leaders at a later date, right? And they've worked on their skills all about and made sure that they're able to get there. To talk about that, I would love to invite Mr. Vishy Sahadevan, who is actually our colleague and one of our mentors as well. And he will talk about what is leadership all about and share some experiences from our kids.
This is Vishwanathan Sahadevan, actually. And first of all, I wanted to take a moment to thank the SasthaTamilFoundation Youth Leadership Team for accomplishing a great goal. They're actually already accomplishing $100,000 goal, which is a major effort from the standpoint to make it happen. I'm really proud of them, and I wanted to take another minute also to thank the SasthaTamilFoundation for giving us the opportunity to come and actually share our experience and other things in front of all of you. Just to give some background, I actually have a corporate background of about 25 years in the business as well as in the corporate world. And I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to share about what normally comes to my mind, and particularly what comes to the young kids' mind when it comes to leadership, correct? What is leadership? The first thing comes to our mind or anybody's mind about leadership is basically it's a seniority or a position within an organization. That's what something like comes to your mind first as soon as you talk about leadership. The second thing that comes to anyone's mind about leadership is basically the title that they hold. Either it is the CEO, the president, or mayor, or the Secretary of State, or whatever it is. That's the second thing that comes into anybody's mind. The third one, which actually usually comes to anyone's mind, is about the personal attributes of somebody. Okay, they are in the cover page of a magazine or in the media, or they're an actor or actress. Usually that comes into the mind thinking that they are all leaders. And the fourth one that usually comes in mind is leadership is management. Now let me ask this question again. What is leadership? And none of the things that I actually mentioned above, even though some of them actually translate, or some of them who are in that categories become leaders, not all of them become leaders. As Arun mentioned, leadership is not only for the people who have the titles or the position or something, it's for everybody, correct? So now I'll ask the same question again. When I was asking the same question, what is leadership? I wanted to see what the experts are saying about leadership. So there is a lot of tons of actually messages. There's tons of information about leadership. Everybody has got different views about leadership. So let me talk about the first couple of things. John Maxwell, who I actually worked with and followed him for a long time, is considered as one of the leading expert in this area of leadership. And what he talks about leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, he also, his famous quote about leadership is, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Okay, Tony Robbins, I think most of you are very well aware of. He actually categorizes or actually articulates leadership as, if you can serve, you can lead. Peter Drucker, another famous person in this area of leadership, particularly in the management and leadership, he tells the only definition of a leader is someone who has followers. I picked 3 or 4, and then I wanted to basically see the definition of leadership after that. And the 4th person I actually picked is Warren Bennis, and he said, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Now, let me ask the question again, what is leadership? So I was trying to just basically connect the dots. Leadership is a process of social influence, which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a goal. So let's actually break this sentence. I'll repeat it again. Leadership is a process of social influence, which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a goal. So now let's talk about the social influence first. It said social influence. It did not say authority or power. Okay. It says others. It did not say the people who work for you or your direct reports. It did not mention anything about your personal traits, attributes, or even a title or a position. It actually did include goal, but did not influence or did not mention about an outcome of a goal. So let's connect these dots and basically bring this one to a live example here. Now, I'm going to actually take one person as an example here and actually see whether that person has actually accomplished all of these things. Let's take a real life example whom we are all very familiar with, the founder of SasthaTamilFoundation, Mr. Raman Velu. Okay, let's talk about the major components of leadership. Social influence. Do we all agree? He has influenced a lot of people towards a common goal. Let's take this particular fundraising event as an example. He has influenced a lot of common people. He did not hire people. He did not recruit people. He influenced a lot of common people towards a common goal here. He did not include employees. He did not hire people. He included volunteers. That takes a lot of, that's what is leadership. Now let's actually go to the next 2 points, which is basically about, does he have a title? He did not use his title or he did not use his position to basically empower or basically force people to do it. He empowered everybody to basically come towards this common goal. Okay, for that, I take this moment to basically thank Mr. Raman Velu for actually taking this, not basically like as John Maxwell said, correct? It's not only he actually first found the way, he went through the way and he also showed the way to everybody. Now, if you look at the organization itself, there is so many leaders within the organization we can actually see developed through his own leadership. And thank you again, Mr. Raman Velu, for your leadership in taking all of us to the next level. Now let's see what we do as part of 3eGenZ, what we do. Okay, our goal is to basically teach these attributes of the leaders to the younger generation so that they can become the next generation leaders and influence others for common cause or for good cause. So what do we do at 3eGenZ? First of all, leaders are great readers. So we teach them to read, not to read fiction books, not to read academic books. We teach them to read what we call it as positive mental attitude books. We teach them to read that. We show them the importance of gratitude. When I say we teach them, we also not only teach them, we show them how to read, because we are one of the important components of 3eGenZ is we don't just teach them. We really show them how we do it so that they can see what we do and learn from that, not what we say, what we do. We show them the importance of gratitude. We show them how to be confident, because being confident is very important throughout the life. We teach them the life skills. We show them how to improve their self-esteem by giving them real life examples of what we do to improve ours. We just don't tell them, hey, go do this one. We show them, hey, this is what I do every day to improve my self-esteem. We also show them how to lead by example. Again, we don't teach them, we show them. We show them how to be passionate about our goals and others' goals. We show them how to be organized. We also show them how to make this world a better place. We teach them and show them failure is not something bad. Failure is your stepping stone for success. And we empower them to make their own decisions. This is what we do at 3eGenZ to help our kids to become next generation leaders. Thank you for the opportunity. And I would like to invite two of my mentees, or like two of our mentees. First one, Megha Vishwanath, and then Janani after that. And I would like them to share what they actually learned through the 3eGenZ program, and also particularly how they're taking the leadership and taking their own life and being an example of a leader in whatever they do. Welcome, Megha.
Hi, Uncle. Thank you. So my name is Megha, and I am a student at Texas A&M University. Just for a little bit of background, I currently hold elected student leadership in my students' senate as part of Student Government Association. I'm also the president of my university's chapter of Global Legal Empowerment Brigades, and the director of civic engagement for the Asian President's Council at Texas A&M. My journey getting here started from my mentors and the support and opportunities that 3eGenZ gave me. When I started my mentoring with 3eGenZ, I was really unsure of what my future plans were, and I really did not see myself as a leader. I thought that leaders had to be, like our uncle said, these big picture individuals on the cover of magazines, but my viewpoint changed through my mentoring, and I learned a great deal, both about myself and my future. My mentor, Vishy Uncle, was an instrumental part in pushing me out of my comfort zone and challenging me to take risks. Vishy Uncle is an incredible networker and a persistent leader, and these are two valuable skills I learned from him throughout my mentorship time, and both have been significant in building my leadership journey. One example of this that I've taken from him from his networking skills is that I've been able to find my own personal, professional career mentor that has led me to get so many opportunities and achieve my own professional goals. Alongside this, using the college goal setting techniques I learned, I still use today, really improved the way I approach challenges and tasks, both as a leader responsible for a team and as an individual contributing to a team. All of these small skills, when implemented together, created opportunities for me to become the leader I am within my community, and I was able to confidently take the next steps in leadership. Other mentors like our uncle and my mom, Sai, showed me what being a selfless leader within a community looks like, which is a very important aspect in being integrated within a community if one wants to lead. And my mom and Variva auntie were also incredible examples of what being a strong, hardworking woman of color in leadership could do. They were not people on the cover of magazines, but all of them were extraordinary leaders in their professional fields and dedicated community members that created a positive impact wherever they went. These were the leaders that inspired me. and I truly believe having a good role model and mentor can change your life. I've also learned that being a leader constitutes being integrated within your community as a leader who leads with a team rather than someone who's a leader of a team. Learning from my mentors and peers in college, I have seen the higher quality in work and greater sense of community and effort that comes from being a leader that treats team members with equal importance and values their input and insight. Empathy, communication, and having a nurturing mindset are three strong qualities that I remember that I learned through the 3eGenZ program. And in my opinion, all three create a strong and effective leader whom your peers and team members trust, thus creating a more productive environment and healthier bonds. 3eGenZ introduced me to not only the goal-setting process and individuals who inspired me, but taught me what a true leader in my own community looks like and what the leader within myself could look like, which has guided me to be the leader I am today. I would now like to introduce Janani, who's an amazing leader at the young age of 10 years old.
My name is Janani and I am 10 years old. I have been in this 3eGenZ program for 1 year only, and it has helped me so much. Last year, I joined the program for the first time and I really enjoyed it. The main way the class has helped me be a better leader was that it gave me more confidence. Normally, I would be the last person to raise my hand if my teacher asked me to make a presentation and then present it. Now I'm one of the first people to raise my hand, hoping to get picked. I even had the confidence to run for student council last year. And guess what? I got picked to be a class representative. In student council, I sometimes had to speak in front of the class and even in front of my whole school. Because of 3eGenZ, I spoke with confidence and integrity. The best part is we learned how to be a better leader in a really fun way. We play so many games and activities. Thank you, mentors, for helping me be a better leader, and I can't wait to learn from you again this year. Now back to Arun Uncle.
Thank you so much, Janani. It's wonderful to hear from our own kids and how they've blossomed over the years. And in Janani's case, in just 1 year, it's just amazing. Would love to see a lot more from Janani and everybody else in the program. Now, another important thing, and all of these guys are talking so comfortably because of one important component, that is effective communication. And it is something which it's not normal to many people. There's a lot of things that needs to be worked on sometimes for that to happen. So I would like to call upon Vadivu to come and talk, one of our mentors and our colleague, to come in and talk about what is effective communication all about and the impact that it has created into the team. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Arun, for the wonderful introduction. First of all, I would like to take a moment to thank STF for giving us this opportunity and also their contribution to the community. So, my name is Vadivu. I'm here to talk about the importance of effective communication. I'm sure each and every one of us will agree that effective communication is very vital for our growth, even for our day-to-day life. Right? So even if you think about your personal life or professional life, or if you're a student in your student life, for you to grow and become a leader, effective communication plays a very important role. Effective communication is not only verbal communication, it is non-verbal too. Again, how do you become an effective communicator? In case of your one-on-one conversation, or it could be your presentation type of environment. Can I have the presentation up, please, for the effective communication? Are you able to hear me? Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, like I said, right, if you're here, you must be wondering, how can I, improve my communication to be more effective, right? So if you see on this screen, right, there are 5 steps that you can follow to become an effective communicator. First and foremost thing, if you see on this right side, building a rapport. I'm sure, you all would agree that building a rapport is very important in any type of environment. So that applicable even in your effective communication. For example, if you're a student and if you have a good basketball or some kind of a sports skill, which you can help others to also get better at, right? In that scenario, when you try to connect with the other person, first of all, you are kind of talking about the general things like their name, what they do, etc. Right? After that, you have to go to the specific area where the other person is interested, so that you can really develop a rapport. Right? So Even for there is a saying, right? You find a common ground, then it is easy for you to take them up to the higher ground, right? Even for example, if you are a professional, in that case, you to connect with you, right? It's always recommended to look at something outside of their primary core area, like your kind of a volunteering activities, some kind of hobby and things like that, so that people are very much excited to talk about it, right? After you do the connection, then you take them to the next step, which is like a logic and reason. Based on the scenario it will differ, but it could be a reason. Hey, why am I connecting with you, right? I'm here to help you out with your basketball skill or some kind of a sports skill, right? So you give the facts, right? You give the facts in a concise manner so that they can understand it. Then the next comes the question, right? Whenever you share some things with people, always they will have either a question or some kind of objection, right? You prepare yourself ahead of time so that you have all the facts in place, so you are very well equipped to answer to their questions. After that, you kind of lay out a solution, the plan, where you can walk them through what are all the things that they can do to kind of get their goal accomplished, or take the advantage of your services. After that, you call them for an action. Okay, let me stop here and just give you on what are all the weightages that this specific each area carries, right? The first, building rapport, carries a big weightage, which is around more than 40%, and then the last, calling up for action, takes only 1%. The in between three takes the remaining percentages equally, right? So you make the right decision to make your communication very, very effective. Just to showcase you on one of our mentee who has taken advantage of this program and transformed herself to become an effective communicator. Shanmati, who is in our program, she has transformed herself through this program. After that, I would like to invite her mom, Kavitha, to share about her perspective in Shanmati's growth. So with that, help me bring up Shanmati to this center of the screen.
Thank you, Varivanti. Hi, my name is Shanmati, and I've been part of this 3eGenZ program for the past 3 years. Before I joined, I used to be very reserved and very shy. You could say I was the quietest person in the room, but that changed after I joined this program. At 3eGenZ, I learned all about effective communication skills and the importance of communicating properly. These lessons have really helped me become successful in school and wherever else I go. Because of these lessons, I even participated in the FETNA TEF Junior in 2018. In this competition, we were to come up with a new product and pitch it to the judges. Even if my group didn't reach the higher rounds, I've learned a lot throughout the journey. 3eGenZ mentors have guided me in this competition and in many more situations. So I want to take this moment to thank the 3eGenZ mentors. Thank you so much. Now, I'll turn it over to my mom. She will share her experience as a parent.
Hello, everyone. Like my daughter said, this 3eGenZ program helped her come out of her comfort zone. She not only participated in FETNA, she also organized a park cleaning project this year. While organizing, she reached out to city personnel and got all the information that are needed all by herself. Also, she gathered all the volunteers. Through this program, she learned how to approach and effectively communicate with others. Personally, what I like about this program is they taught the children how to be grateful. They got into the habit of writing gratitude every night. All the mentors coach the children in various ways to help them achieve their goal. I like to take this moment to thank all the mentors, especially Mr. Arun Kumar, for being the mentor for Shanmati for the past 3 years. Thank you so much, and she learned a lot. Back to Arun.
Very humbling, Kavita, and Shanmati, thank you. And it's great to see that Shanmati is so comfortable in front of camera. It's a very privileged environment for me to be working with her. And thank you for sharing that story. I think it's very, very inspiring for me personally, and I'm sure it's for everybody else as well. Right?
Thank you, Arun, so much.
As she said, I've seen her to be one of the shyest children, and to see her blossom so well is just amazing. Thank you, Shanmati. And what we'll do is also, as part of giving back, another one we touched some, if you can go to the next slide, Muthaya. We will hear from Dharanya, who is actually one of our mentees from Coimbatore, and she actually has transformed herself as well. And she's a mentee of Sai, and definitely has learned a lot and gained a lot over the process. Over to you, Muthaya, if you can play that audio.
Vignesh is playing it. Go ahead.
No problem. And while he's doing that, one of the very important that I take away from this, right, as Vishy said, we mentors do follow and practice, and that's how we teach. So we don't even teach, we practice, and we practice along with our children, right? And one of the things that I'm very proud of to say is that I've been writing gratitude for the past 7 years, and I have 4 or 5 books, massive books of things that notebooks that I've written over the years. And it's a beautiful thing. I really enjoy doing that over and over again every single night. And if I don't do that, I don't go to sleep. And if I do that, if I forget that, it feels as if there's something wrong, and I get up and finish it and go back to sleep. So that is how important it is for us, for me personally. And we'll, of course, listen to Dharanya, who is actually a mentee of Sai from Coimbatore in India.
I'm Dharanya. I'm a graduating student from reputed college in India. I'm a mentee and Sai ma'am is my mentor. This program actually helped me to overcome my fear. Fear in the sense I'm lagging at time allocation and scheduling my works. After proper mentorship under Sai ma'am, I have a clear idea about how to schedule my time, how to work on it, and how to complete my works on or before due dates. And also this program helped me in learning leadership skills and how to create a trustful relationship with people, and most importantly teamwork. Teamwork helps me a lot, by which my final output is super excellent. I'm very much grateful to this journey because my mentor carried the weight on my shoulder. My mentor also cleared a bunch of questions which was arising in my mind about career and higher education, because I'll be having a lot of plans and stuffs and I'll get depressed so easily. Mentor scheduled my career plannings, and it was helped me great in a manner to achieve something that which gives me stress-free ideas, and it showed me a correct path. Thank you, Sai ma'am, and thank you 3eGenZ team for showing me a right path throughout my life. Thank you.
And thank you so much for all the service that you have done as well, Sai, as part of this program. Over to, I'm going to give it to Teja, and would like to talk about, I'd like her to talk about life skills and what is life skills all about. It's a big word, but let's have her, listen to her in terms of understanding what is life skills and how to break it down and follow it in life. Over to you, Teja.
Thank you, Arun, for your introduction. And I would really take this opportunity to thank SasthaTamilFoundation for giving us this platform to enrich all our children, like know about this program. We've been doing it with, as Arun mentioned, we've been doing it within our community and reaching out to all the people. I would really take this moment to thank him, thank SasthaTamilFoundation. And now getting back to the subject. What is life skills? Why is so important? The term life skills refers to the skills you need to make the most out of your life. Any skills that are useful in our life are considered as life skills. Like all the mentors said, communication, effective communication, or leadership skills. You all need this to be a better person. The most important life skill is the ability and willingness to learn. Right? The most important thing, because without that, you will not be able to do anything. By learning all these new skills, we increase our understanding of the world around us and equip ourselves with the tools we need to live a more productive and fulfilling life, finding ways to cope up with the challenges that life throws at us. Schools are not teaching these skills to our children. As Kapilan mentioned, some of the very soft, intangible skills. You're probably wondering how these skills are connected to our program. Well, in 3eGenZ program, we instill the skills like reading, practicing gratitude, make them a better person, and being thankful for what they have. We encourage the kids to find opportunities to give back to the community, which gives their life a purpose and fulfillment. We equip our kids to face the challenges like stress and time management that are integral components of their school and social life today. We strongly believe in providing tools and techniques for them to be a better person in their personal as well as their professional life. This is done through various fun activities, life applications, and a project supported by our mentors. As you've already listened to all our mentees talked about it, we have a fun activity which instill all these skills by practically applying it and doing it. As adults and mentors, we also practice these life skills on a daily basis, which helps us become more grateful human beings. Now, I would like to invite our mentees Yuvan, Shankar, and Shweta, who put these intangible life skills into action and how it helped and transformed their life through this program. Let me welcome Yuvan first, followed by Shankar and Shweta.
Thank you, Teja Auntie. Hello, everyone. My name is Yuvan Vignesh, and I'm a 7th grader in Pearson Middle School. Before 3eGenZ, I would always prefer one type of genre. My favorite, science fiction. The look of any large book seemed intimidating and boring. I have been with the 3eGenZ program for the past couple of years and started working with the 3eGenZ mentor since last year. 3eGenZ helps individuals, especially children of my age, become strong mentally, emotionally, and socially. It helps me keep away from the many distractions and stay focused on my personal goals. As part of the program, we are encouraged to read personality development books. Our mentors have recommended a variety of books. At first, it felt like a boring read, but as I started working with my mentor, it gave me a different perspective of what to look for in the book and enjoy reading it. Sometimes I get off track in my reading adventure, but that is where 3eGenZ's mentorship program comes in. We discussed about the books and it led me to dig deeper into the content of the book. They helped me get back on track and even increase my reading proficiency via their weekly calls and goal setting. Rather than just reading out facts from a book, I began relating to my personality and how I can improve my behavior and towards myself and towards others. Now I can always confidently enjoy reading any book, regardless of what genre or page numbers. 3eGenZ helped me open up to a wide genre of books. Apart from that, they have fun and interactive sessions twice a month, which I always look forward to because it's an opportunity for me to practice what I learned with my peers. Thank you, 3eGenZ, for putting together such an amazing program and creating such a safe environment for us to gain life skills. Now I'd like to pass it on to Shweta.
Hi guys, my name is Shweta. I started with the 3eGenZ team when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I was always a girl who dreamed really, really big, even if it was way out of my reach. My mentor and the team always encouraged me to keep my goals high, and I even remember a time where I said, I wanted to be a billionaire, not a millionaire. And they never once made me feel silly about that goal, and they really believed that I could do it. I started a water project campaign through the 3eGenZ program to help cut the sugar consumed in sodas, juices, and to encourage drinking water instead. So we decided to create a day dedicated to staying away from sugary drinks, and we called it Fizz Free Friday. And I was really able to take that campaign and advocate it to my district, to the PISD board. And I learned a lot from that experience. My mentors taught me a lot about the process of campaigning, campaigning for what you really believe in, how to speak in public, and how I can give back to my community. They walked me through every step of the process and really pushed me to my limits. Today, I took what I've learned from them, and I currently hold a position at the North Texas Youth Council for the Red Cross, where we provide assistance for the youth volunteers. And recently, my friends and I created a nonprofit called CurioSTEM, and it's actually an initiative to help the local refugee kids in the DFW area with STEM-related activities using local volunteers. CurioSTEM was a really big project, so I learned to use my skills and help break up my goals and make them into attainable goals. I wouldn't be able to do this without the knowledge that I gained from my mentors. I use a lot of the skills on a day-to-day basis. For example, this one hits really close to heart. I remember the time when our uncle said, don't be afraid to ask, just ask questions. What's the worst that can happen? And I take that to my everyday life, whether it be in class and public and whenever. And they always provide me with mentorship based on their previous experiences. So they use their real life experiences and change it up and give it to us so that we will be able to succeed in the future. And they also provide me with general skills that are useful for me now and will be useful for me in the future. So I truly believe that other kids will gain a positive experience by the 3eGenZ program. Now I'd like to pass it on to Shankar so he can share his story.
Thank you, Shweta. Hi, my name is Shankar. In 3eGenZ, I learned many things, such as time management, stress management, and entrepreneurship. Time management is the ability to use one's time effectively and productively. Time management is the most important skill to learn in your life. Time management taught me to prioritize my work and know what to do first and last. Stress management is also important too. Being able to have good stress management can help you use your time wisely and not procrastinate. Last spring, I took the 9th grade AP Human Geography exam. Instead of preparing a week or a few days before the exam, I made a 20-page review with the help of my friends and started studying a month before. This helped me a lot because it taught me the importance of teamwork. In the summer of 2018, Shravan, Arjun, and I attended the TEF Tamil Entrepreneurship Forum Junior Competition. We made a product that provided knowledge to others in only 2 minutes. From the mentor support, we got 4th place in the competition. From 3eGenZ, I learned many life lessons, and I would like to thank them so much for being there beside me all these years. Now I'd like to pass it to Arun Uncle.
Thank you, Shankar. Very encouraging to hear these wonderful stories, and that's always very, very warm and comfortable. Happy to hear all these. Thank you so much for sharing that, Shankar and Yuvan and Shweta. And Shweta, thanks to you, I still don't drink any soft drinks on Fridays. It's still a fizz-free day for me, and I only stand out in many of the lunches that we do at work on Fridays because I don't drink soft drinks on Friday. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. And of course, continuing on, I would like to thank the team for contributing on specific topics like effective communication and life skills and things like that. And I would love to call upon Richa and Arjun to talk about their overall experience. Of course, everybody talked about specifics in terms of effective communication or leadership or goal setting. I would love to invite Richa first, and then of course Arjun to follow on how 3eGenZ overall as a program has impacted them. Over to you, Richa.
Thank you, Uncle. My name is Richa Vishwanath, and I am an 8th grader in middle school. What I really liked about the 3eGenZ program was that we learn a combination of techniques and skills that help us in our daily lives. For example, we learn the importance of time management, stress management, goal setting, self-esteem, leadership, and team building, and many more skills that are very important to be successful now and in the future. I'm really grateful to be a part of the program and to have learned so many useful skills that have helped me achieve some of my goals, such as getting into my volleyball team, which is really important to me. The program has also helped me become a better and more organized person. And I would like to thank all the mentors for everything they teach us and the endless amount of support they give us. I truly believe that this is an extremely helpful and worthwhile program. And now to Arjun for his experience.
Thank you, Richa. Hi, my name is Arjun Yanvo, and I'm a member of the 3eGenZ program for a couple of years now. I'm currently in high school, and when I was in middle school, I made it to the basketball team. If I hadn't been coached by the 3eGenZ mentors, I highly doubt that I would have made it to the team. The life management skills such as goal setting, time management, and stress management have played a significant role towards my accomplishment. I set this as a short-term goal during that time, which motivated me constantly to work on it and achieve it. My mentors were with me every step of the way to make sure my goals were met diligently. My weekly one-on-one calls to my individual mentor was very inspirational and helped me stay focused and on track. There are times where I struggled to focus on my studies due to my rigorous basketball practice, but my time management skills taught by the mentors helped me manage my sports time as well as my academics well and balance on both sides. Their coaching on stress management helped me eliminate my stress tremendously. Their collective life management skills and interpersonal skills instilled in me by my mentors is the key to my success, and I'm proud to be a member of the 3eGenZ program. Thank you to all the mentors involved in the program, and thank you to my parents for making this choice for me.
Thank you, Arjun. Thank you so much, Arjun, for sharing your story, and Richa for sharing your story as well. Really, really appreciate it. And of course, the biggest satisfaction that we get out of all this is to see that our young kids or children become young kids and young adults and do extremely well and go to college and beyond. So thank you for that. And we'll take a few questions. I know there is some questions coming up from the YouTube channel as well as from the audience in the Zoom. We'll take a few questions and then, of course, finish up in a few minutes. So, and before that, the offer is still valid. Would love to have you go to 3eGenZ.com/offers.html and receive a 30-minute one-on-one free session to take care of it. And thank you. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yes. And there were a few questions that were asked on YouTube, and we'll take a few. And STF Youth Leadership Team, would you like to ask these questions?
Go ahead, Sneha.
Sure. So one of the questions is, how does a mentor get assigned?
Great. Would love to call upon Vishy to come in and answer this question. Vishy, would you like to?
Yes. So we actually look at what the mentee needs are in terms of what their goals are and what they would like to accomplish. And the reason why we do that one is because each one of the mentors have some specialized skills. We actually are very good in certain areas. We're not good in every area, but we're all good in certain areas, correct? So we wanted to make sure that we align the mentee to the mentors who can actually add a lot of value. For example, if somebody is interested in entrepreneurship, and we find whoever is good in entrepreneurship, we just assign it to that mentor. So that's how we actually have been doing all along, and we would like to continue that format going forward as well.
Thank you. We've got another question. Do you also bring any leaders from the community to present or talk with your kids?
Absolutely, we do. Vadiva, would you like to take that question?
Sure. Yes, we do bring community leaders. In fact, we got for the relationship management, we brought someone from Florida. He specifically helped our kid, shared his experience, and also he's a very accomplished leader in the community. So he had helped us with that. And also there is one more session that we had with Greg Reed. I'm sure most of you know he's a personality development / he's a very good author. We brought him for one of the session, and we also get some local leaders like our own kids, those who have accomplished a certain level. We bring them to share their experience so that they can connect very well with our own kids to share their experience and also enhance their skills.
Thank you. Sneha, any other questions?
I think we're about to wrap up. We've spent a lot of time and it was a wonderful program. Would you like to conclude?
Yes, I would love to conclude. Thank you so much, SasthaTamilFoundation Youth Leadership Club and SasthaTamilFoundation leaders for providing us with this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Velu and Visalakshi as well, for being a great support for all the initiatives that we have taken from 3eGenZ. Very, very privileged to be part of this program and be able to pitch for our own, fundraiser that we are doing right now. And next week, please do join us for the next week as well. And thank you so much for the youth leadership team to be there to make sure everything is done. And the technical team has done a fantastic job of hosting this event. So thank you all. Hats off to all the leaders within SasthaTamilFoundation and the Youth Leadership Group. Back to you, Rupesh, for concluding.
Andrew Uncle. Vanakkam, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Rupesh Dinakaran. I'm a sophomore in high school, and I am a member of the SasthaTamilFoundation Youth Leadership Club. So first of all, thanks everyone. Nandri. Before I delve deeper into the behind the scenes of this event, the goal for this event, and many more details, I'd like to say a few words in Tamil from borrowing the words of Thiruvalluvar, and what he has written in Tirukkural, an ancient body of Tamil literature that Tamilians still use today in their lives and use to make their lives better. So the Tirukkural is Nandri Marappadu Nandrandru, Nandrallade Andre Marappadu Nandru. So the first part of this Tirukkural, the English meaning is, whenever someone does something good to you, you should never forget to say thanks. And whenever someone does something bad to you, you should immediately forget it. The first part of this Tirukkural is very applicable here. Whenever someone does something good for us, we never forget to say thanks. And on the behalf of SasthaTamilFoundation and all of the volunteers, I'd like to say thanks to the audience, to the organizations that are presented today. I would like to say a big thanks. Thank you. Now, moving on to the behind the scenes and more, thanks to all these people that have created this event and brought it to life. So something that I would like to talk about, as all of you may know, SasthaTamilFoundation has created a youth leadership club. In this youth leadership club, we did a donor calling phase. So we started calling people that have already donated previously to previous STF events. And we asked them to donate for our cause, for Udavum Karangal. And everyone has seen, I'm pretty sure, has seen the videos. We will go into the details of what Udavum Karangal is, and thanks to them later on. But first of all, in this donor calling phase, there's multiple people that I'd like to say thanks to. First of all, thanks to Sneha, our leader of the STF Youth Leadership Club, for creating a schedule for us out of her time, just to make sure that nothing goes wrong and we all know who we're calling, when we're calling them. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank Arun Uncle for collaborating on the schedule with her. I'd also like to thank Sriram Uncle, Muttaya Uncle, all the other adult volunteers that were on the call with us when we were calling these donors to make sure nothing went wrong. And this is basically nurturing the Youth Leadership Club for other future fundraisers. So that way we won't need no one's help, so we could actually lead some of these fundraisers. And I really, really give a thanks from the bottom of my heart for nurturing this Youth Leadership Club to become future leaders in this community, in this society. Thank you. Next, I'd like to say thanks to the people who listened, congratulated, and encouraged us to call. We all started off with, all the people in the Youth Leadership Club started off with a level of confidence of 1 to 3. We were very nervous, but as we started to call people, they started to give us so much encouragement. They told us, we are speaking wonderful. I am donating because of the way you spoke. That encouragement is what drove us to keep on calling, take an hour out of our school homework schedules and call people. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for those compliments. Thank you so much. Finally, I'd like to thank the donators for fulfilling both our goals for this fundraiser. One of our goals was to make next generation leaders. So these donators and the people that are watching are making next generation leaders, because we brought in 3eGenZ and PAVE, two huge organizations that would help create next generation leaders. And I think they have fulfilled that, and they have shown what it takes to create a new next generation leader. All we have to do is sign up to their programs and create some of our children future leaders. Another goal that we had was to donate to Udavum Karangal. So we all know the Udavum Karangal organization. They have their own school, but they have created a plan where you have where all these children in India, all these poor children in India, their parents have lost their jobs due to coronavirus, and they have no sense of direction. They don't know where they need to go next in life. And that is where we have to come in. It is our responsibility to donate to them. So the Sastha Tamil Foundation has created a goal of donating for 1,900 children's education. And I'm proud to say that when we started this program, when we started the event, there was 1,050 children that were already getting support. But as we speak, 50 more children have been added, and 1,100 children are now already getting support for education. And I'd like to thank all of you, all the 1,100 people that have, all the people that have donated for this cause. And thank you so much. And I know I'm going to say a thanks in advance when we reach our goal next week. Thank you so much. Please consider to donate. I'd also like to give a vote of thanks for two other organizations. There are none other than 3eGenZ and PAVE, making philanthropy for children. So first of all, thanks to PAVE, you guys have educated us about what was philanthropy. Personally, I came in without knowing what philanthropy was, and now I know why important it is to do philanthropy. And once I donate to other people, I will make sure that I make my own responsibility to teach others to donate to. So thank you so much, PAVE. Also, thanks to 3eGenZ. I think you guys have gave us the tools to make next generation leaders. And for all the people that are watching, that have children for the next generation, I think they are also set on enrolling into 3eGenZ and creating future community leaders. So thank you, 3eGenZ. Finally, I would like to say some words in Tamil. So இதுதான் நம்மளோட STF 10th annual fundraiser, 10th fundraiser. This is our 10th annual fundraiser for STF. I love how STF, அதாவது நம்ம எப்பவுமே ஒரு STFல ஒரு நல்ல சேரிட்டபிளான ஃபண்ட்ரைசர் வைப்போம். ஆனா இப்போ வந்து இந்த 10th annual fundraiserல என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2 டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. So we have 2 differences from our annual normal fundraiser. The first difference, அதாவது என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்கு ஆப்வியஸா, பட் we've also added the theme, அதாவது அந்த theme future leaders கொண்டு வரணும், to create future leaders. We have added that theme by bringing PAVE and 3eGenZ, and I'm sure through this fundraiser we will not only be helping poor children to be future leaders, we are also helping people that are watching this right now to become future leaders. And I'd love to give a huge vote of thanks for the technical team, the STF team, the people that are watching, 3eGenZ and PAVE for making this event possible. Nandri, thank you, vanakkam.
Nandri. Velu, can you just mention a couple of lines? Yeah, go ahead.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நீங்க எல்லாரும் வந்து இருந்து இந்த எங்களோட யூத்தை வந்து நீங்க சப்போர்ட் பண்ணி பார்த்ததுக்கும் அவர்களுக்கு வாழ்த்துக்கள் சொன்னதற்கும் மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி, நன்றி. அவர்கள் வந்து தமிழை அடுத்த தலைமுறைக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போறதோட இல்லாமல் அவங்க வந்து இன்னும் பெரிய தலைவர்களாகவும் நாட்டுக்கு பெரிய தொண்டு செய்வர்களாகவும் வருவாங்க அப்படின்னு நாங்க நம்புறோம். அதுக்கு வேண்டிய ஃபவுண்டேஷனை தான் போட்டுட்டு இருக்கோம். இது வந்து கோவிட் சமயத்துல இது விர்ச்சுவலா பண்றதுனால உலகத்துல உள்ள அனைவருமே இதை வந்து உபயோகப்படுத்திக் கொள்ளலாம். இந்த யூடியூப் வீடியோவை அங்க பாக்குறவங்க நீங்க எல்லாருக்கும் ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க.
உதவுக்காரங்க பள்ளியில உள்ள குழந்தைகளை உங்களால் முடிந்த அளவு ஆதரிங்க. ஏன்னா அது நம்ம குழந்தைங்க மாதிரி எல்லாருமே அவங்களுடைய கல்வி தடை இல்லாமல் தொடங்கணும் அப்படின்றது தான் நம்மளுடைய குறிக்கோள் இந்த ஆண்டுக்கு. ஸோ உங்களுடைய எல்லாருடைய நன்கொடைகளும் தயவு செய்து தாராளமாக உங்களால் முடிந்த அளவு கொடுங்க.
இதுல வந்து 110,000 ஆல்ரெடி கமிட்டடுங்க. இது வந்து பெரிய விஷயம். படிப்புக்குங்கிறதுனால எல்லாருமே அவங்க வந்து they have opened their wallet and we thank all of you and we still have 800 more to go. Thank you very much. வாழ்த்துக்கள். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.